Thank you, Dr. Bhatia. Very good morning to all of you. And I am really thinking how to thank Dr. Bhatia, who is the brain behind this Innovation Congress. I wish it has been going on for a long time, but I wish I could have joined it earlier. This is my first time over here, and I am so proud and privileged to be in front of so many doyens in education. So my hearty congratulations to all of you for your contribution to the field of education. And as the program says, we will have many things to discuss and share our experiences. In fact, innovation for me is change. We have to change. The world is changing, and all of us also are changing. But the pace with which we are changing, that makes our identity. Developed countries, they are changing very fast. So they are at the top. Developing countries, we are little slow. So that is why we are probably still being called as developing country. But India, as Dr. Bhatia said, is a wonderful country, and I have visited several countries, and my experience is that what we have in India is probably we are not realizing that one. We realize when we go out. That is my experience. And having come over here, and I wish that all of us contribute to the field of education, and we go back with lot of experience and learning materials to try it in our own field. Now, the globe is changing, as I said, and the technology development is happening so much that it has now become difficult for us how to cope with this change. And this is probably the best platform Dr. Bhatia is providing us to share and think how we can keep that pace, innovating and innovating and innovating. There is no end to innovation. And this is a good forum, that World Innovation Congress. We are all participating in it. So thanks to Dr. Bhatia and the whole organizers who have created this platform to share our experiences. So thank you all once again and for your good participation. Now, regarding education, our mythology says that we learn from the day of our inception in our mother's womb. This is the life cycle, and there is no end in learning throughout the life cycle, our life cycle. The moment the fetus grows in the mother, we know the story of Abhimanyu, how he could learn even when he was in the womb. That was the philosophy our forefathers have given us. So the learning starts from that very day we have taken our life. And it also ends only when we die. So in this process, we have assumed different roles. We are teachers. We are teaching students. And we have also passed through that stage, student stage. Our forefathers, others, our ancestors were going through that Gurukul system. But now we are in global village. The globe is reducing to a village. So we are all in that village sharing with each other. And in that transitional process, there is a demographic transition our country is facing. in the health, because I belong to health sector, so I will be little bit telling about our experiences in health sector, which is little different than the general education field and other technological field. Now, when we were learning in the schools, the technology was almost non-existence. Our teacher was the whole technology, full of all technology. Whatever he was telling, we were learning from him. But now, the world has changed, students have changed. But teachers are taking time to get used to the change the students have brought in. Now the technology is available. Every student, now we are also seeing in the classrooms that even students, they are through mobile, they are getting what we are telling. Even before that, they can get it that yes, he is going to tell like this. So my point of telling is that how we can cope with these changes and how fast we can do, how intelligently we can do, so that our students, they get the skill and a life learning process. It should not end in just in classroom. It has to percolate into the whole of our life. And in that process, we know that we have got now several technologies. Even mobile is now helping us to educate others. So in that process, in the medical field also, we are trying to use it. We are now using our doctors. They are using these technologies more in educating and contacting their patients rather than the students. So, in innovating in the medical education is also an important part we have to play. In other education sections it is happening, we are learning from them. But only problem in the health sector, I am telling, although we are teaching very meticulously for a long time and keeping them engaged right from the morning till evening, even late night also. But our failure in that one, that we have not been able to develop that attitude, that positive attitude towards people. So that is, we are still lacking. Although thousands and thousands of doctors are now coming out every year, but our rural people living in difficult areas, they are still facing the dearth of doctors. So this is a biggest problem with us. Why? Probably in our education, we are not able to instill that service component, that service mentality to the people, so that they think in not in terms of money just to survive themselves, but also how this education can go to the service of the people. So that is what we all are trying. But as you know, to just keep quality at a very higher stage, we have created councils, medical councils, and they regulate those educations, giving little freedom to the teacher that how best he can do it. So that is also another innovations we require in our curriculum, in our education system as a whole. It requires a drastic change, and we are the change leaders here, and we hope to bring in that change to how to change our curriculum so that it is more adaptive and it gives the real skill, knowledge, skills, and the attitude. And as you know, this competency, we think It is not the knowledge. It requires knowledge, skills, and attitudes. So those three, keeping in mind, we try our level best to and use as much digital technology that is possible to impart what we want to say and develop their skills. It should be internalized. The students must internalize what a teacher is saying or showing. And in medical field also now robotic technology is coming. The day will be coming that when robots will be teaching, not the human teachers. That is a possibility. And in the medicine field also we have started doing that one. That robotic surgery is happening. So we are now growing very fast. So my intention of joining this forum is that to see how best, first thing is to cope with this change in the developments of the technology and how best we can change our system as such to cope with these digital changes. So I am here to learn from all of you, and it will be my pleasure to be associated with this great work what Dr. Bhatia is doing. So thank you very much, and we look forward for very good conversations. Thank you all.